Listen, it's not easy, I'm
She's
sure.
seeing anyone?
She's dating, yeah.
She is.
She's dating, but she's, I'm not a... She was a
jealous?
dater.
Do you think she's jealous?
I think it was painful. I'm sure it's hard.
Hear you being so in love all of a sudden?
Yes, I'm
Spending
sure.
time on someone else's breasts?
I don't know if the breast time was a big problem for her, but, listen, I don't think it was easy. I don't think it would be easy for me if she had fallen in love first and had, I think it would have been very difficult as well, and it's hard when you marry somebody who's famous.
Do the kids think it's weird?
Kind of. They thought it was, they thought it was weird when they saw me kiss someone else.
Right. That had to be weird. Like you have to now conduct this relationship in front of the kids.
Yeah, they would sort of laugh, and then Vivi thought it was the funniest thing. She's like, "You guys are kissing all the time. Do it again."
It's uncomfortable.
No, it was all right.
It was okay.
Yeah. They were okay.
Where do you put the kids when you're going to make love to your new girlfriend? In other words,
She runs a tight ship. She's got 6 kids, and they go to bed at a very reasonable hour.
So you mean to tell me when she comes to see you the first time, where are the 6 kids?
Okay, the first time she came to Miami, it was just me, Tanya, Eric, my 2 friends, and my 2 kids, Chelsea and Blake. Right, they were there with me.
Right.
And so she stayed in the guest house, and then we sort of got to know each other. And on the plane on the way home, I said to the kids,
She stays in the guest house how long?
for the weekend.
For the weekend?
Yeah.
No action?
A little.
Ay vey.
Come on.
Right into it.
I'm not dead, Howard,
Look
but,
at you.
know.
When you say a little?
A little.
Second base?
A little.
Past second base?
No, Howard,
No
second
finger in
base.
the pants?
Oh, come on now. What, are you crazy?
Get crazy.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. But, no, it was delightful. But I also am I sort of am a little bit of a nerd, right?
But you're romantic.
Right, I'm romantic, but I need to have a very, very clear green light. Because I am never anybody who would go, I know I have to make sure that everybody...
Right. You don't want to, some of your open charges,
No, just I don't have the self-confidence or I'm not brave enough, right?
Right.
I'm not brave enough. So I would but there was a lot of hand-holding, and finally she said, "Are you ever going to kiss me?" I was like, "Yes, I am." Now that you said that, I think I am.
Wow.
A little bit of a nerd, right? Weenie. High nerd potential, Howard.
This is unbelievable.
I know. Here you were thinking I'm on the chandeliers at the Four Seasons.
So when do you go to meet these other kids, the 6 kids?
Over Thanksgiving. So then she invited me to go to her. I was alone at Thanksgiving, so she invited me to go. So I went to Galveston, and I met her 6 kids and her mom and some of her friends, and we had a big Thanksgiving dinner at her house. And
kids like you?
Yeah.
And now you're thinking her whole family's going to move into your house.
Well, we have a bunch of houses there.
Wait a second. How long has this relationship been going on? How many months?
Since September.
Since September.
Yeah.
That's fast.
That's too quick for you?
Yeah.
In Lesbianville, that's a long time.
I don't know, though.
You know what a lesbian brings on a second date?
What?
A U-Haul.
Yeah.
But you know what a gay man brings on a second date?
What?
What second date?
So what are you going to... Yeah, that's right. Women need an emotional connection.
Yes.
So what are you going to do? She moves in with these 6 kids.
Mm-hmm.
You got your 4 kids. They
Right.
start to bond.
Yeah.
Let's say, listen, it's very possible within a year this whole relationship burns out.
You think so?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course it's possible.
Okay, it's possible.
Now you got to untangle this mess.
That would be horrible. That is exactly what happened to me when I was a kid.
That's right.
Because my dad started to date a woman when I was in 8th grade named Jill DeRay.
Right.
And she had 4 children and we had 5.
Oh.
And they stayed together for like 3 years, and there were 9 of us.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It was great. I loved it.
You liked it?
Oh, I loved it. Are you kidding me? There was a little baby girl named Amy who was 3, and it was perfect.
You didn't feel it was an invasion of your space?
No, I thought it was fantastic.
See, that's why you're together.
And then they broke up, and it was horrifying to me.
Sure.
It felt like, people being ripped apart. And
So that's what I'm talking about. What's the rush for her to move in? Let's enjoy this whole dating phase.
well, it's hard to date somebody who lives in Galveston, Texas,
Oh,
and
that's
lives in
true.
New York, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? And every time you fly in and then leave your kids, and I have a big property in Nyack and a bunch of houses, and we're gonna go slow. It's not like we're not putting Blake in a different bedroom with Parker in order to smush her kids in. We've got space. It's
And then
all
we got to
okay.
figure out finances. Let's be honest.
I got a lot of money, Howard.
That's
I know
true.
that you don't like to think of that.
Yeah, you
I
do.
never think about money.
That's
I have
right.
more than enough money to support 10 kids the rest of my life and theirs.
Well, it sounds like bliss.
Sounds
Or
good,
a nightmare.
right? Or a
I'm not
nightmare.
sure.
I don't know.
I can go either way on this one.
I think it's good. It's good for me.
Why were you not at this concert for Haiti? I figured that's a perfect place for you. Did you not get along with some of the people there?
I made the suggestion that perhaps at Telethon, celebrities who are millionaires should be forced to have a $100,000 minimum cover charge.
Nice. Hey, you said that. And then you were asked not to come.
I wasn't asked not to come, but I was not invited. I did say that, after the Haiti crisis, they said, would you do a telethon? And I said, when millionaires show up to a telethon, if there are 50 millionaires there, then before the telethon starts, you start with $50 million. Wouldn't that be great?
So are you thinking that most of the celebrities who were there for their own publicity?
No, I just think that celebrities are never asked to give financially because the cultural norm has been set up that their time is equivalent to cash, and it's just not.
I felt that just from an entertainment standpoint, just because it's about a sad occasion, not everyone has to sing a sad song.
Right, and not every person has to tell you the story that you've already heard and that you've known from listening to the news, and
right.
I agree, but you know what? You have to not
and
be
Julia
cynical.
Roberts should dress up a little bit.
You
I'm
think so?
sorry. Yes, I do think so.
Yeah.
I think Julia Roberts is known as a glamorous person. In fact, that's all she does. She's an actress who's glamorous.
Yeah.
Put on a little hair, fix your hair a little bit, put a little makeup
But you want to
on.
know, speaking of Julia Roberts, before the 9/11 telethon, which
Right.
this happened to me before, right? When the 9/11 telethon happened, I was livid, saying they're going to charge everyone, right? They're going to make, and they said no. And so I called up Julia in a state of hysteria and said, you do not go on that telethon without Julia. You have to do it, and everyone else will do it if you do it. And she gave $2 million to the
Wow.
Red Cross.
Well, there you go. She had a good influence.
There you go. But I, called her like a screaming maniac, which I don't think really is the way to do it either. So I simply suggested it this time,
Right.
and but I think they did a great service, and it's always good to give your time. But I think if you have a lot of money, you should give a lot of money.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that
Except for
sounds
you, because you're worried about your
No,
money.
I give money.
Yeah. Well,
No,
you
I'm
worried?
not that worried.
You're not that worried.
I'm not that worried.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of big taste shopping-wise? Do you have a high
No,
nut? So to
I
speak?
spend nothing.
You do? Nothing.
Myself, nothing.
Zero.
I don't have any kind of
You're not into cars or anything?
nothing.
No. Me
I have
neither.
the same stupid car.
Yeah.
I don't care.
What's your biggest expense? Computer stuff?
No, just like my home and all. I like a nice house.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
apartment is, but no, there's nothing extravagant. But I don't buy things for myself.
Yeah.
I don't buy clothes. I don't buy boats. I don't have a plane. I don't have
Yeah,
any of that
right,
kind of stuff.
right,
It seems obscene to me.
If you had a plane, would we have gone to LA to do
Of
Conan?
course. No, I would not. If I had a plane, I'd never get on it. First of all, I wouldn't even trust that I could, maintain a plane the proper way, and it would probably go down. All I know is Sully got hit by a couple of geese and they went down.
Yeah.
The most embarrassing way to die was Rosie and I are on our way to go do the Conan show, and we get hit by geese and we die. I just don't want to go out that way.
And they were Jay Leno geese going, hey, why you guys flying out? I didn't do nothing.
Served him right. It served him right. They're going to go good for me. Good.
What do you think? Conan's going to go to Fox? What do you think?
I think Conan will go to Fox. I think all these guys have to step up their game.
Yeah.
Nobody has any ratings I would be crowing about, quite
Right,
frankly.
right, exactly.
But I think that'll happen. I hope that there's a God somewhere and Jay Leno fails. I mean,
Well,
seriously, maybe
yeah.
Conan will steal a little audience from him. Maybe Dave will wake up and do something that gets a couple of more people to watch him.
Right.
I'm a Dave Letterman guy. I like him.
Yeah.
I don't watch the show, but I like him.
Yeah. Does he ever talk to you at the commercials?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
He
I
does?
have very, very horrible stories about that.
During the commercials, he speaks to you?
Oh, yes.
I don't think he said 2 words to me every commercial, just sits there.
Well, I do impression of being on David Letterman's show when, you're sitting there and the band plays such loud music. They do that so Dave doesn't have to talk
Exactly,
to you.
right.
And so they start playing, I don't know, if you had music here, I would do it, but you start yelling to Dave, how you doing?
Yeah,
How you doing?"
yeah,
My
right,
throat
right.
is killing me.
Right,
It's unbelievable. But I don't know. I had done something on the radio. And now that you're doing radio, you understand this. When you do 4 and 5 hours a day,
Right.
and you have a compulsion to do well,
Right.
you say things and you do things on the air that maybe later on you might say, Jesus Christ, what the hell was I doing?
Right, but you have to talk and things come out.
You talk and
Yeah.
you're trying to be funny and
Right.
you're trying to, you're trying to put it out there and be honest in
Yeah.
the most,
Yes.
the most, gut-wrenching way. So there was something in the news about David Letterman, and I guess it was his girlfriend, Regina, at the time. Now it's his wife.
Right.
And I don't know. There must have been pictures of them on vacation, and I
Yeah, you said something.
I said something.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't so great.
Yeah, maybe like you said about Julia, she should try a little bit.
Ozzy
Osbourne!